Hello guys, welcome to the Rambonim channel. This time I will discuss the Overlord anime. This Overlord is an adaptation of the light novel by Kagune Maruyama. For those of you who haven't read the light novel, you may be lacking some information, because not all the information in the light novel is made into an anime. In this video, I will discuss information that is not in the anime season 1 based on the light novel. Okay, let's get started. In the anime episode 1 explained about the game Yggdrasil, but the information is incomplete. I will add based on the light novel volume 1. In Yggdrasil there are 2000 classes, and players can have more than 7 classes, and each class owned a maximum of level 15, and the number of levels of all classes reaches a maximum of level 100. Maybe some of you don't understand. Okay, please look at this picture. This image is an image of Ain's stats in Light Novel Volume 1. Here you can see some of Ain's classes. There are Skeleton Mages, Elder Liches, Overlord, and others. In each class a maximum of level 15, and the total number of levels of all classes reaches a maximum of level 100. Ain's own level has already reached 100. In Yggdrasil there are 9 worlds, namely Asgard, Alfheim, Vanaheim, Nidavellir, Midgard, Jotunheim, Nilfheim, Hylum, and Muspelheim. In addition, the light novel also discusses the races in Yggdrasil. In Yggdrasil there are 3 races. First, the humanoid race. For example, humans, dwarves, elves, and others. Second, the demi-human race. For example, goblins, ogres, and others. Usually this demi-human race was chosen because of its physical strength. Third, mixed race. For example, Overlord, Elder Black Ooze, and others. While Ain's is a mixed race. This scan. Ain's explained several requirements to become a member of his guild, one of which was to become a member of the community in the real world, meaning that we must have a job in the real world. So you can't just focus on the game. Usually when players from the Ain's guild gathered, they talked about their work, their love stories. Anyway, about their real life. Speaking of guilds, this Ain's guild was ranked 9th out of 800 guilds, but that was then. Now its rank has dropped to rank 29. A little information about Nazarick. In the past, Nazarick had defeated the regular military attacks of the greatest number of players in the history of Yggdrasil, which consists of an alliance of 8 guilds, guild affiliations, mercenary players, and paid NPCs. With a total of 500 people, they are all trying to snatch this place. But sadly they were all defeated. And this Nazarick used to only have 6 floors, but now it has been controlled by Ain's Oolgown to 10 floors. Floors 1 to 3 floors are underground buildings. The 4th floor is an underground lake. The 5th floor is a glacier or river ice. The 6th floor is a forest. The 7th floor is an underground volcano. The 8th floor is the wilderness. The 9th floor is the royal suite. The 10th floor is the throne room. In this scan there are several NPCs. These NPCs were high-level NPCs. In the Yggdrasil game, if you want to get a high-level NPC, then a guild must take over a base with a castle level rating. When they manage to take over a base rated at castle level, they are awarded an NPC with a maximum overall level of 700. Because in Yggdrasil you can only reach level 100, then you can create 7 NPCs with level 100 each, or you can also create 5 NPCs with level 100 and 4 NPCs with level 50. For weapon designs and others, you can design your own after that GM will grant it, more or less like that. Next is this scan. In this scan you can see there are many flags. These flags were the flags of the 41 Supreme Kings or 41 members of the Ain's Oolgown Guild. The flags were different from one another, so the flag represented the player himself, just like Momonga had his own flag, Hirohiro had her own flag, and the other members were the same. They had their own flag. And they all belong to one guild, Ain's Ooal Gown. In this scan there are 2 floor guardians that are not present. The first from the 4th floor is Gargantua. Gargantua was unable to attend, indeed because his body was very large, so it was not possible for him to travel around Nazarick. While the other floor guardians are Victim, the guardian of the 8th floor. Victim was not present because his strength was not needed at that time. Unlike in the anime, in the novel there is a scan of Albedo asking Ain's for permission to check the 4th and 8th floors. Ain's allowed Albedo to check the 4th floor but not the 8th floor. Because the 8th floor was very dangerous for anyone who entered it. The 8th floor has been taken care of by Victim. So in the past, during the massive attack on Nazarick, the intruders managed to get in up to the 7th floor, but they were stopped and had to be defeated when they were on the 8th floor. So this 8th floor contained Nazarick's strongest monsters. So anyone was forbidden to enter the 8th floor except with Ain's own permission. While the 9th and 10th floors have no floor guardians because Ain's believes that intruders will not be able to penetrate the defenses on the 8th floor. In this scan, you see 3 monsters. The 3 monsters have different names. The first was the Evil Lord of Wrath, the second was the Evil Lord of Jealousy, and the third was the Evil Lord of Greed. They were level 80 monsters that appeared in the Demiurge area, namely in the underground volcano, near the door to the 8th floor. So before going to the 8th floor, the intruders had to face the 3 monsters. Because the monster was responsible for guarding the place. You see this scan, here Demiurge has turned into a frog. Demiurge belongs to heteromorphic creatures or creatures that have many forms. Apart from Demiurge, Subas and Albedo also have other forms. But until now, the other forms of Subas and Albedo have not been shown. Furthermore, in this scan, it can be seen that Ain's is making undead. The undead Ain's made were mid-tier undead called Death Knights. This Death Knight was Ain's favorite undead. The Death Knight has a level of 35 but its attack is only equivalent to a level 25 monster. But the defense of the Death Knight is quite large, which is equivalent to level 40. Ain's real purpose for making Death Knights was to become a shield for himself, because Death Knights had skills. All enemy attacks would only be aimed at Death Knights. Here you can see Ain's giving a potion to Enri. In the Yggdrasil game, the potion is called the Minor Healing Potion. This potion can restore 50 HP. This potion is usually used by beginners in the Yggdrasil game. Here you can see someone giving an item to Nigan. Previously I wanted to tell you that in this new world there are 3 magic items which are quite extraordinary. The first was a relic from 500 years ago, made by the 8 Greed Kings. The second is an item made by Dragon. A dragon that once ruled the world before he was destroyed by the 8 Greed Kings. He is the most powerful dragon nicknamed Dragonlord. He made a secret treasure from some kind of dragon. And the last one is Keystone from slain Theurasi. Keystones are artifacts left behind from 6 gods who descended upon the world 600 years ago. While the item given to Nigan was a rare treasure that only a few people in slain Theurasi had, in other words, it would be Nigan's secret weapon in killing Gazef Stranoff. Here Nigan is seen being pressed, and he is forced to use his secret weapon. And he also intends to issue a high-level angel, which is called the Dominant Authority. Dominion Authority is a high-level angel known to humans. The angel managed to defeat the Demon King 200 years ago. So the Demon King 200 years ago invaded the world and was defeated by the Dominion Authority. In the game Yggdrasil, one of the highest angels that Ain's was very wary of was the Seraph class. If what Nigan summoned was an Empyrean Seraph, then Ain's had to fight seriously. That's why Ain's told Albedo to protect her, because it would be very dangerous if the summoned was a Seraph class. But the result was disappointing. The only ones summoned were angels which Ain's could easily defeat. Thank you for watching this video to the end. Don't forget to subscribe, like and share this video. See you again in the next videos. Thank you.